This occurs in many forms. You'll see it in Sanshin, Seisan, Katas, and Goju. Here, 50-50. This is in itself a very useful deflection. I'm already out, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling back. Okay, that's why it moves back. You know, and so here, that moves backwards. But it's not fully back. In the form it goes fully back because it's doing something else. But that interception is so critical because that's often all you need, that turn of the arm. The guard's already in place. He's probably not really got an opening. What you're doing is you're just creating your own opening there over the top. Because that's cross. Look at his arm is outside. So this is very important. We can practice this as a drill. We're going to do this now. And that is going to have one side pushing with the hand. We're going to go on the inside. So I'm going to do it on the inside. But I'm going to do both hands. One, if I push towards Andrew, he can slip under, go on the outside. Well, important for him, he's going to do it that way. We can have a bit of a bend there, okay? And you'll find this occurs in many Chinese arts and Japanese arts, yeah? Okinawan. We're going to do it open hand like this because it helps to keep the contact, but it doesn't actually matter whether it's straight or there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go back, fully back, like in the form, and we now get a flow going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the idea is to get that sensitivity in our hands so that if I suddenly make a move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there we are. And you'll notice Andrew's counter is immediate. You know? What this drill is just to teach that sensitivity in this part of the arm. And we have to try and just develop that flow. So you get that flow going that we can then break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We try and keep the contact on that part of the arm as much as possible. 2, 1, yeah, go, do the same. 2, good, and let's go now. Okay, so that's the idea. The testing is once you've got it really flying well and you're happy and your partner's happy, that's when you do it. It's not something you do during the kawashioke. Same story. Okay, so you have this movement. That little turnaround happens. That's actually this there. So you notice that turnaround happens 1, 2, flip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and it can change right up. Okay, I part. Now if I don't part him enough, Andrew's got his line on my shoulders. So if I just do that, I can push all I like, and he's got my shoulders to stop them. I can get my arms there, but nothing much. So I've got to do, touch my shoulders. I've got to get off. And I'm going to do that just by that little movement. And now I have him. So he's got to sneak underneath. He does the same. See, yeah, he's got to do that. I've got to sneak under. Under. That's how we get the flow going. Same thing with the down one. As he's pushing, I've got to get there. Having taken him past that point, there's no point in me going there. First of all, he'll hit my hips. But secondly, even if he's got my hips, there's nothing else I can do. His hand's in the way. So I've got to split that. And now he's going to go over the top. So it's the reverse. So that's that part, and this is now the top bit. The top bit of Mawashuke, and then the bottom bit of Mawashuke. Top bit of Mawashuke, and bottom. So what, in a nutshell, does it do? As he's pushing, I am able to control. That sort of action is so important, especially when you're wanting to pass or do something in grappling, just get out of a grip. That little flip, you control his hand. Okay, and both hands is just a drill. It's just, let's do the up one. It's just learning to flip and go with the flow. As a receiver, as the uke, I am receiving this and going with the flow. I don't need to do that little flip. I could just do pushes. I could just do that. That wrecks the drill. Okay? So don't be fooled, this is a drill. But it's teaching you that awareness. So now that if we're sparring, and I can feel the hands more easily. The moment I'm in contact, I can feel, I can hold, I can connect, I can get into standing grappling a lot quicker, and who's already sensing my movement. And we can now control the situation instead of having a mad exchange of punches, or just trying to grab and taking punches. If you're trying to control somebody who's in your space and dominating you, trying to either grab you or punch you or both. So understanding that, being sensitive, this is called a sensitivity drill, is so important. And the beauty is, once we get that going, I can change it. So you can change it. Yeah. And I have to be alive to that. Yeah. And we can just start to move around. You can see I just changed it. We can now start what is effectively a kind of a sparring. So that's just part of the testing if you want to test it later. Is test how awake you are. Worry about the flow first, testing later. Good. A little flip. Can't grab. Same thing. And it applies to almost any hold that you have. Yeah, that way for sure. That one? We call this the goofy grab. This is the weakest grab of all. But if you happen to go from here, it's not so goofy to drop it and go round. So anything that looks really dumb could be okay in a different context. But that's the concept. Round, he can't hold on. So you've got hand grabs. Look, hand grabs happen. They happen all the time, particularly in civilian defense. Okay, thank you.